Welcome back to Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario. Kevin Slayton along with Leif Pettersson. We've got the Eastern Conference playoff final for you this afternoon. The Ottawa Rough Riders advancing into the playoffs with a 5-11 record against the first place Toronto Argonauts, who got here with a 9-6-1 record. The Argos drew the bye in the first round. Ottawa had to knock off Hamilton 30-20 a week ago. And earlier, Leif Pettersson had a chance down on the field to talk with the head coach of Ottawa, George Brancato. Let's go down to Leif on the field.
I have George Brancato, the head coach of the Ottawa Rough Riders, with me. Today it's raining here in Toronto. Brutal day. Last year, the Ottawa Rough Riders were certainly the Cinderella story in the CFL. They came into the playoffs with a 5-11 record. This year, the same story. They come into the playoffs 5-11. Last week, they defeated the Hamilton Ticats. They were underdogs in that game, played extremely well. With me, the head coach of the Ottawa Rough Riders, George Brancato. But today, George, I suggested it might be a little more difficult task playing the first place Toronto Argonauts.
Well, that's right. They handle us pretty easily in the two games we played them during the season. We have a tough time stopping Conrad Holloway, and it seems like defensively they've shut us out in both games.
You know, George, in talking to some of your defensive linemen, they say that the quick release of Holloway gives them as much problem as anything else. They seem to get so close but just can't get the sacks.
Well, that's true. You know, he takes 3 steps and releases the ball. I think the job is the secondary and linebackers to jam those receivers and maybe give our line a chance to get at him. But if we don't do that, it's going to be a long afternoon for us.
Well, it's going to be a long afternoon for everybody here because, as you can see behind us, it's raining. It's very wet at Exhibition Stadium. And I wonder, I would think that would favor your team coming into this game with such an outstanding running game.
Well, we hope it does. You know, you never can tell out there where footing is. Sometimes the defensive backs have a tough time covering receivers sliding around. The ball is kept fairly dry because a new ball's put in play each time. So I don't know who it's going to favor. We'll find out in a couple of hours.